Here in America, we have the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, who's baptized Catholic. Archbishop Cordileone told her she cannot receive Holy Communion because she's promoting the killing of unborn babies, and not just promoting it. I mean, she's really promoting it. And she thinks that she can still be a good Catholic and promote killing of innocent life. And the Archbishop, thanks be to God, said, no, that's not the case. And many other bishops, Bishop Schneider, Bishop Joseph Strickland, and others around the country said, no, she can't receive in my diocese either. But just this week, she received Holy Communion in Rome at a papal mass and visited the Pope. And we as lay people go, something's wrong here. And I hear people say to me, I'm so stressed over that, it upsets me. And I tell them, don't be upset, make reparation. But I want to hear from you.
Thank you for your answer, because I am agreeing with you. I would also say first what we have to do when we state such horrible things in the sanctuary of the church, we have to do reparation as first reaction to console our Lord, who is so horribly outraged in this Holy Sacrament with this objectively sacrilegious act which this lady performed in the most holy place of the Christianity, in the Basilica of St. Peter, in the presence of the Pope. He was present. He did not give himself the Holy Communion, thanks be to God, but he was present. I mean, and to such a person who publicly, as you repeated, advocates and promotes the horrible killing of innocent children, unborn children, it's incredible. The first who is getting disadvantage is not we, even though we are suffering because of Jesus Christ. We love him in the Eucharist, we love him, and therefore we are suffering that he is so in this case outraged and with this blasphemy and sacrilegious acts. This can only provoke in us a suffering because we believe and we love him, Jesus Christ, in the Eucharist. So this is the first reaction, but also who is getting the most negative impact and consequences of this act is she himself, Mrs. Pelosi. She is the poorest one in all this horrible scenario of this sacrilegious communion. She is the most whom we have to have pity of her soul, because she is consciously, stubbornly eating her judgment. Imagine. And after the Vatican release a strong statement of condemning this act, they did not do this. And therefore, those in the Vatican, they are culpable, they have the guilt to damage this soul, to push her further from God, to push this soul of Pelosi closer to damnation, to a possible damnation, to do her personal judgment before Christ more horrible. And who is he responsible? More responsible, the churchman in the Vatican, ultimately the Pope, who is doing nothing in this case, and he is seeing as like this soul is going consciously and publicly to her perdition, to her condemnation. The other case is that with this permission de facto and silent and without nothing saying, the Vatican, the Holy See, and the Pope are in this case approving this act. This is very grave. So we have to make different acts of reparation also, not only for Pelosi, but also for those in the Vatican who permits this.